This is Asinine Radio. This is normally the weekly podcast where we get into music and all that kind of stuff, but it is the World Cup right now. We just got through the first week of the World Cup, so we're gonna kind of get into that and discuss, future predictions and all that. So we're gonna get into, I don't know, best matches, best players, or our favorite players, our favorite teams as well. We'll just kind of run through that. No more than 20 minutes. It's gonna be a shorty. So let's get into this. What's the first thing you want to talk about, Jeff?
There's a lot of stuff, and I still want to kind of keep it down to like that 20 minute because we could go on just for fucking hours and hours and hours. But I do just off the top, I want to say how much I've been enjoying watching the foreigners in America and in Mexico. I don't see a lot in Canada. Maybe people aren't partying in Canada as they are in America and Mexico. At first, I was obsessed with the Koreans and the Mexicans. They already have a history together, and Korea beat Germany, I think, the last World Cup that made Mexico advance. So Mexico likes Korean people in general, and I think there's a bunch of like data centers in Mexico now making chips or something from Korea. But watching them party has been really cool, and the Mexicans have taught them a lot of words. And so sometimes you'll see at the matches or like in bars and stuff, the Koreans will say like puto or like pendejo or stuff like that, which is it's just fucking hilarious. But they're at it, man, and it's so fun to watch. It's so cute.
Yeah. All the camaraderie has been fantastic. It's been so cool to see, like the shit in Boston with all the Scots coming up from Scotland. That shit was cool.
Tens of thousands of them are now like congregating in Boston. They're just they're taking over pubs, and the pubs are running out of beer.
It's crazy. Yeah, like pubs are running out of beer.
Some of these bars are saying, I think the Sam Adams bar, brewery, whatever they have their place at, I think they said they did triple their number that they usually do on St. Paddy's Day. They did it like just on whatever day they all came, and they ran out of beer, and like even all the Americans like, holy fuck, man, these people drink.
And then the spot in Dallas, even before the England match started, it was the day England played. Before the match started, all the English fans drank all the beer in the pub before the match started, and the police had to come in and kick everybody out because they ran out of beer. They just ran out of beer. There was nothing else to do. And
they're singing and hooting and hollering. And also, I think the Japanese are staying in Dallas, and so they're experiencing that culture, and that's fun to watch because the Japanese are now wearing big, huge, like cowboy 10-gallon hats, and then who went to the rodeo? I don't know who went to the rodeo. The English, one of the countries went to the rodeo, and they were playing music there, and they kept singing like, I think it was England actually. No, England was at the kick because England's playing in Dallas. Or they played today in Dallas. Yeah. So like the English fans were at a rodeo, and they kept singing Wonderwall, and so the rodeo put it on the loudspeakers for the English fans because they were singing so fucking loud. That it took over. And you just imagine like rural Texas, right? All these people are not listening to fucking Wonderwall. Listening to like Zach Brown or Luke Bryan or other dumb shit they listen to. So I think that's all cool. That's all fun.
Also, what happened in Kansas City, where Algeria was training in Kansas City before the cup even started, and the locals in Kansas City just kind of like globbed themselves onto Algeria, like, these guys have no fans coming over here, so let's be their fans. And they've treated them like they're a hometown team, and they're like out there cheering for Algeria and all this kind of shit. The practices and the matches, and it's just like, shit is so cool.
They met him. I think it was just outside of Lawrence, so like some small town. And so like the fans met the Algerian team coming off the bus at like fucking 4 a.m. or some shit. And there's like 300 people that just met him, and like most of you probably never heard of Algeria or know where it is. And so, but it's like you chose because like these teams are choosing these towns, right? There's a list of like approved venues, and like you can go here if you want this or this or this. And then based on the proximity to where you're going to travel for your games, you choose a town. Turkey chose Mesa by me over here. But they chose this fucking podunk town in Kansas, and people love it. They just love it, and it's cute, and it's cool. And I think really cool. Ultimately, I see a lot of people, a lot of foreigners that are coming here to America. They're all kind of saying the same thing. They're like, "Damn, America is really badass. The people here are really cool. It just sucks. Like your government sucks." And Rob was like, "Yeah, dude, we know. Like we love our country. We just fucking hate our government." And so people are kind of realizing that America is a really dope place, and people that live here are actually super dope. It's just our government that sucks big fat balls.
It's true. It gives the people a bad name all around the world.
Terrible.
It's a real shame.
Then I did see a couple German guys that were kind of toasty sitting on the park bench, and then one of the guys like tried to block the other one, so he was hidden. and on like an LGBTQ park bench on the yellow part, he wrote Adolf was here and drew a swastika.
Oh my god!
Got arrested for sure, but it was just like, wow, bro. Like, and then they got caught, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, I did it. I don't know, I was drinking. I don't know. Like, dude, that's so
Jesus,
aggressive.
that's
bro.
wild. Yeah, that is so wild.
But
God
anyway,
damn.
and then another thing too, because we haven't talked about soccer, but like this whole like Alexi Lawless thing, and Zlatan and Henry, watching those three together is so fucking funny.
These are the guys in between the halves or before doing like the commentating before the match or between that two halves. And yeah, it's Alexi Lawless, former American player, Thierry. How do you pronounce his name?
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry. I don't know, from France, and then Zlatan Ibrahimovic from fucking Sweden.
I like Galaxy.
And well, yeah, he did play for the Galaxy, yes. And he hated it. It was so bad when he played here.
He got so mad at, like, remember he would like push his own players out of the way. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Go over there.
Because they were all terrible. Zlatan is like a top 20 player of all time, and he's playing at the LA Galaxy. It's like when Beckham came here in the 2000s. It's like he came here and he was like he couldn't believe how bad all of our players were.
It's stupid. It's a joke.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So they clearly don't. Those two clearly don't like Alexi Lawless. Like it's
they don't like him. They don't respect him. They think he's fucking annoying. And Alexi just says stupid shit. Does. So you can Google that and watch that. And
there's some
people,
funny shit.
People are convinced at some point Zlatan's going to lose it because that's what he does. He gets fed up and he gets fucking pissed and he's going to do something. He's going to say something. He's already called them ignorant. He called them ignorant. It's like, bro, like, you're cruising for a bruising, man. And like, he's never been that good, bro. Like, from a country who already aren't very good at soccer, but Alexi will not ever go down. Once he's dead, no one will ever talk about his soccer playing career ever. And now he's a big MAGA guy now, so that's all people are going to talk about, and just how shitty he is in the World Cup.
I didn't even know that.
And he makes music too, and it's so fucking bad. So, World Cup.
I mean,
match.
Seriously, he's only really popular because of all this commentating that he's done over the last 20 years. Like, he's not. I think he's more popular because of that rather than his actual playing in the 90s.
For sure, that's how he became, like a popular commentator, because he was a soccer player in an era no one gave a shit. So, like, just having your name in that era, right? You're automatically the biggest star because no one knows anybody else. But like compared him to like Clint Dempsey or Tim Howard or Landon Don, like get the fuck out. Jossie Zard is too, like not even close.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him too. He was so good.
He was my favorite.
Yeah, dude, he was great.
Cool hair.
But also, the fucking commentators during the matches, the American commentators are absolute fucking garbage. Especially Landon Donovan.
I know, poor
great
guy.
player, but God, he is so boring. He is so fucking boring. Like I can't even. I go and watch. I mean, started today. I've gone and actually started watching the Spanish versions for the commentating because the American shit is so boring. Like they need more British.
Home, yeah.
They need more British. Like it's crazy.
There's just so much downtime. There's so much dead air for the American commentators. It's just awkward. And Landon Donovan is the GOAT. Pulisic has a chance to become better if whatever they do here and later on. But Landon Donovan made the MLS what it is today, almost single-handedly. So you can't fuck with him. But my God, dude, he's always been boring. He's always just been so dry, and like post-game interviews is just boring.
I know.
I don't know.
Never
boring.
Smiles. Just God, he's just such a plain old person.
He's a nonce.
He really is.
And I guess the word wanker too is like it's not a bad word in the UK, but I heard people say it's kind of like calling someone a pussy. Oh, he's a wank. He's a pussy. Yeah. Like you wouldn't really say that on air. So Alexi Lawless did say bloody wanker or something. And then Henry was like, whoa. And everyone's like, what? Wanker's not a bad word. It's like, well, don't forget, like he's from Europe, and like that is kind of a bad. Like they probably don't say it on TV over there, but
yeah, probably.
Alexi Lawless just let it fly. And give a fuck. Dumbass.
But isn't a nonce a pedo?
I don't know what nonce is.
I think a nonce is a pedo. Yeah, I think so. So calling Landon Donovan a nonce, I don't think that was. I don't think he knew what that word meant.
No, he did.
But who knows? He might be
he's such an idiot. He might.
Yeah, he's born. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So we have our favorite teams, USA, obviously. So we could jump into that. They won 4-1.
4-1.
Great match. Fantastic match.
They were going to win. I said they were going to win. Everybody said they were going to win. It wasn't going to be close. It wasn't a close game.
It was against Paraguay.
It was against Paraguay, but it was against a Paraguayan team.
Paraguayan? I don't know.
Whatever. Like, nobody really gives a shit. USA has a chance to get out of the group if they can just even play second, because Turkey was going to be like the big thing, and that like didn't quite happen either.
No.
But it was good. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. The Turkey match will be probably the best of this group, but I'm excited that USA is killing this World Cup. We're doing good.
Yeah, they played really well, surprisingly well against or in the World Cup, because they're always just kind of like maybe a goal, maybe a draw. Like they don't in the World Cup they don't score that often, and they pull a lot of draws. So it was cool to see them win by as much as they did, 4-1. So that also great goal differential too, just in case. So that's really important. A lot of people don't think about, but yeah, so that's good. Switzerland, they came in a little disappointing. That's our second favorite. That's the second team we're rooting for here. But yeah, they ended up drawing to Qatar, some people call it.
Qatar. In the stoppage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was like the 95th minute or something
pathetic.
like that. Yeah.
You couldn't just draw. You saw them get sluggish and you saw them get lazy, and then they paid for it, and that's fucking stupid. And I had placed a big parlay bet, which this World Cup is wild with upsets, so I was never going to win that one anyway. But Switzerland was the first loss on that parlay bet that I had, so I was so fucking mad. The second day, I was just so mad, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck this team. I don't care about them anymore." But I got over it. But that was pretty sloppy.
That was
shit.
bad, yeah. Right in the fucking stoppage time. That was crazy.
Mexico,
disappointing, but they ended up winning. Or no, they drew. What am I talking about? No, they won.
They won.
They won against South Africa. Yeah. They won 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. But even still, they're playing South Africa. It's not like this team is. I think they've only qualified once, and that was when they hosted in 2010. I think this is the only other time they've qualified on merit.
Again, like I talked about it last week, and we talked about it. Mexico's a team that everybody thinks is better than they actually are.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks like Mexico. Generally the World Cup, I think only 8 teams have won it in the past 100 years, right? So
8 teams. Yeah.
It's not like all these teams are winning, and almost half of them are done by Brazil and Italy, and so whatever. But yeah, Mexico's a team that people think are better than they are, and they're not. They're really, really not. But they have some cool players.
They're also a team that loses to the U.S. during the Gold Cup. It's like you consistently lose against the U.S. I don't know.
That's all you need. That's all you need to know is you consistently lose to the U.S. So that's all you need to fucking know. But it was still fun. It was opening match, and it was cool. I like that stadium, that like Aztec Stadium. I think it holds like 100,000 people. I don't know why the final game isn't there. Yeah. I don't know why the final game isn't there instead of the Jersey, New York Stadium.
Yeah,
stupid MetLife. I don't care. Didn't care. And then Germany. You like Germany? Fuck, care about Germany.
Yeah, Germany. They were the only ones that actually like stepped up and lived up to their reputation. They played Curacao, which is a small little island in the Caribbean, and they beat them 7-1.
Just 7-1
absolutely
though. They didn't beat him 7-0. They beat him 7-1.
Yeah.
And
that's
that goal was huge. Yeah, but you're underscoring. Of course, Germany's going to win. Nobody gives a fuck about Germany winning. The big thing is the fact that Curacao scored, right? They're like Rocky. They went the distance from a team that shouldn't even fucking be here. Because it was expanded to 48 teams, that's how they got in. But like they scored a goal against the big dogs,
I know.
The German machine, and that is crazy. And they're going to go home after the group stage for sure. But they're going to go home to a parade, man. They're going to celebrate this team, and this could be the start of something big. It was cool. It was exciting, and the whole fans were in it. And they didn't give a shit. Because
I think they scored. Did they score to tie it like 1-1? And then after that, Germany just fucking destroyed.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah. It was in like the 20th minute too, so we saw a full game of ass whipping to go by. But like you could tell the crowd didn't give a shit. Every time I forgot who was the one that scored the ball, but every time he got the ball again, everybody would just go fucking nuts. And it was cool. It was cute. I liked it.
Some big shocks for me, big shocks for me were Brazil and Haiti. They drew.
Yeah.
Like, what? Brazil. They're always so arrogant. They're just so full of themselves all the time, so everybody expects them to be so fucking great. But
they are great.
They are great. They are great. But I think they just get way more credit than they deserve.
They won the most World Cup, so maybe that's why.
But I mean, come on. But then they do shit like this all the time. They do shit like this all the time. But then you look at a team like Germany, and they don't have any hiccups like this ever. They are a fucking machine. Even Spain, like you could argue that Spain rarely ever have any shakeups like this. But Brazil always has shit like this happen to them, where they lose or they draw or they don't make it out of a certain stage when they're expected to win or get to the finals at least. Brazil always have that.
It's just one game, and it was a draw. It wasn't a loss.
I know, and also the hype for Brazil.
Of course, the hype for Brazil. It's a cool country. Everyone wants to go party there.
And then Spain versus Cape Verde Islands.
That was pretty bad.
Little islands off of the coast of Africa. They drew that one too. What the fuck? That was wild. And they just dominated. They dominated Cape Verde, and they still drew.
That was the thing, is that they dominated that match, but they just couldn't score a goal. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing over here? And they had that Yamal, his name, but that like fucking 16, 17-year-old. He plays for Barcelona, but he's like the next fucking Messi, the next Ronaldo, and he's supposed to be huge. And obviously it's still way, way early, and he's really, really good. But like, where were you, man? Like all the big. But again, he's still really, really young, so I don't fault him. But pretty much all of the big guys, like all of the big names in soccer, came through, except one. Everybody came through who was supposed to come through. Mbappe scored 2. Harry Kane today scored 2. Everyone scored. Messi hits a fucking hat trick, for God's sakes.
I know.
And
your boy expected with Messi.
And your boy just stands there and waits for the ball.
My boy,
and doesn't
Cristiano.
Dude, come on, bro. Like
Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah,
today.
it was bad. It was bad. That was my last shock of the tournament so far. Was the Portugal-Congo draw.
I was shocked by Ronaldo just standing there.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
It was weird. It was weird.
And you know the rivalry's hard, right? Him and Messi, and you know Ronaldo wants that fucking trophy so bad, which he's probably not going to get it, but I still think they're like a dark horse and they can go really, really far. But like, you watch Messi the night before score a hat trick, which he also should have got a red card for cleating that dude in the back of his legs. But he just scores a hat trick in the fucking World Cup. And he's too old, and Argentina players going to have to carry Messi because he's way too old. Dude scores a fucking hat trick, guy. And you know, like, he's just like sitting there in the locker room like, oh, I got to fucking do something. I got to do something. And so instead he does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I do like shit on Ronaldo a lot. I really do. But I like him. I like watching him play.
Yeah,
I like watching the stuff he does off the field. He's an incredible player. He's easy top 3. Might be number 2. But it was bad today. It wasn't a good performance. No, it was out of form for him.
Yes. I mean, also his midfield isn't the strongest when Argentina's midfield is exceptional. So that's a lot of it too. You know, when you don't have people feeding you the ball. I mean, Messi is constantly has people feeding the ball because the midfield opens up the defensive line. But with Portugal, I mean, the defensive line is just surrounding Ronaldo. Like they're not even trying to defend any of the other midfielder or any of the midfielders or forward or anything. So it's just like
Ronaldo's having an edge on everybody, right? Maybe like if he was taller than most people, maybe if he could jump higher than most people, which he can do both of those things. So like he does have an edge, but like Messi dribbles, dude. Ronaldo has not.
He does. Ronaldo dribbles. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh, he could have fooled me today.
Okay, today's not a good example, but yes, you can.
But also, Messi's a better dribbler for sure.
Yeah, he is a better dribbler, but you can't knock Ronaldo except for today. You can't knock him for not dribbling, for not being.
I was bummed watching that today. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
He should be scoring 5 goals,
especially when it was against Congo. You know, these guys haven't been in the tournament for 52 years, and this is technically the first goal they've ever scored in the World Cup was today. The first time they've ever scored in the Cup, ever.
Like, come on, man.
It was wild.
You're better than that.
Yeah, and then just real quick, some exciting matches I thought were exciting. Netherlands, Japan. That was a really good one.
That was the match of the week.
Yeah. South Korea, Czech Republic. Great. Or Czechia, whatever they're called now. Scotland and Morocco. Like that one a lot too. Morocco's just like this like really good team that nobody really people don't talk about enough. And Scotland were scrappy as fuck. So that match was a lot of fun to watch. But
and then today, the UK
England
or the England game.
England game was great.
That was a good one. I think that was my second favorite of the week. Just because we knew everyone was going to score a lot there. But that Japan-Netherlands game was wild, too. Because, Japan kept fucking trying to cross the ball for, bro, these guys are, 3 feet taller than you. Stop doing that. You're not going to be able to get over them. It's like a bunch of Ronaldos on one fucking team.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Fantastic. All right, so do we have anything else about this week?
That's it. It was a good first week.
It was a great first week. It's been so exciting. We watched every matchup to this point. Actually, while we're recording today, or right now, Uzbekistan is going to be playing Colombia. So I will be watching that after we pod. But yeah, otherwise we've watched every matchup to this point.
Colombia always plays well. On. James
They
Rodriguez still playing. He's still going at it.
Is he still being called up?
I think he plays in MLS too right now.
Yeah, he does play in the MLS. But I didn't know he was still being called up for the national team. He's a damn good player too.
Yeah, I mean he's the face of their franchise. But yeah, he's young.
He's not. No, I think he's like
30.
Early 30s.
Yeah,
he's early 30s now.
33. It's young. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's 50. Messi's 50.
Luka Modric is 40, and he's still fucking playing. But he's damn good.
He looks like he's old though.
And then they took him out today during the England match. They took him out in the 60th minute. What the fuck?
I think it's just because England was just relentless. There was England had 13 shots on target at one point, and then Croatia had 4. And I think they just took him out because dude, we got to do something. I don't know what the fuck to do.
And they did.
It was getting out of control.
And they lost 4-2.
And they lost.
So. All right, so thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. Stay tuned to the main episode and next week's World Cup episode, World Cup special, week 2. And that's it. That's all.